We kind of oversee all of our programs here at Gold Crown. Obviously, this is a specifically directed towards our Fall Volleyball League. This time each year we tend to get a lot of questions relating to our Fall Volleyball League, and so we like to host these Q&As just in case people have any questions. Frequently asked questions we can kind of touch on. But yeah, thanks for coming. I'll kind of turn it over to April, and she'll kind of give you a quick overview of the league, and then we'll open it up to questions and answers.
Yeah, welcome everyone. So our Fall Volleyball League starts September 19th. All games will be on Sunday. We basically have three leagues. We have a bronze division that's aimed for beginners. It's a practice play model. Exact times will be released as soon as registration ends and we realize how many numbers we have. But the bronze league's usually in the morning. It's a practice play model. They practice for 45 minutes and play one match a week. And then our silver division is games only on Sundays. They'll play two games. Practice is not included in that. If you sign up as an individual, we will place you on a team. Odds are, if it's a Gold Crown team, practice will be on Friday nights. That is a little bit of an extra fee. It's very cost effective. We reserve some time at Gold Crown. But if you have a team you want to put in and have your own practice time for silver, you can do that as well. Again, those two games will likely be Sunday early afternoon. And then the gold division is for 7th and 8th graders only, and it's team registration only, meaning you'd have to register, the coach would have to register the team, and then you send the invites out to your players. And again, that would be games only on Sundays. And if you need practice, we can help you with that, or you find your own time. There's a lot of questions that we've been getting so far about like tryouts, and some of you are coming for like D'Evelyn, Lakewood, Conifer. Those are the three schools so far that we know are having tryouts. If you register now as an individual and you end up making one of those teams, absolutely we'll transfer your registration over. There's an advantage to registering early because the league is going to fill up. If you make one of those teams, we will let you in, but we do have a cap on numbers. And so we just kind of registering early does kind of help. If you're coming in again as an individual and we need to find a coach for you, we will find you a coach. If you register, you will play. So there's no stress about that. I know the practice thing is a little worrisome, and Friday's not ideal for a lot of people, unfortunately, because there's other sports going on. Friday night's the night we're able to get for practices. But again, you don't have to use that. If you and your team get together, have another option, absolutely, you guys can use that as well. But again, the league starts September 19th.
28th, sorry.
28th, sorry, September 28th. Practices will start the 19th. I apologize for that. Goes through October 26th for regular season. And then we will have a postseason tournament that every team makes on Sunday, November 2nd. And so that's kind of a quick overview for that league. The big questions again that I've gotten so far to email was about the practice times. And I think I kind of touched base on that, and about if you guys have any questions about like if you are feeding into Lakewood, Conifer, D'Evelyn, as soon as we find out when their tryouts are, we'll send them out to you. You can send us an email and stuff. But we're really excited to get this league going, and it's our second year kind of doing this format. So we're pretty excited about it. But if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can type it in the chat bar, and we can kind of go from there.
While we people are thinking of questions, I know April kind of touched on it. There are two price points. So if you are participating in the bronze division, that fee is actually going to be a little bit different than the ones people participating in the gold and silver. The reason for that is the amount of matches that the teams get. But if you're playing in silver or gold, that price point is 190 per player, and then for the bronze it's 165, or I'm sorry, 175. Keep in mind, we're pretty prideful in the fact that we offer scholarship assistance for anybody that's in need. We have an application on our website. You fill it out, and our staff oversees that, and they will be in contact with whomever filled out that application. And we just, our main objective is we don't want to turn anybody away for financial reasons. So Just keep that in mind if you or you know of anybody that might need some financial assistance, please direct them to that spot on our webpage. So first question I see, the bronze division practice games begin on September 28th. I'll let you touch on that one.
Yes, that is correct. Sorry about that confusion on those dates before. Yes, so bronze, they'll practice for 45 minutes and then they'll play one match. And it'll begin Sunday, September 28th. Depending on the grade level, you'll either start at 8 or 10 a.m. and it'll be the same time every week. So and again, it's going to depend on numbers, but I believe usually we do the younger kids first and then the older kids, but you'll either start at 8, have practice, and then play a game at 9, or you'll have practice at 10 and then have a game at 11.
So it's a 2-hour commitment every Sunday. And like April talked about, last season was the first year that we did that, and it was a big success. People really appreciated the fact that it was minimal commitment on Sunday morning. So we're going to be carpooling from Evergreen with another family. Can we ensure our daughters end up on the same team in silver?
I think I don't know if it was you, but I know one of the parents has already put in a request. I don't know if that's your group. There's about 3 girls, I think, that requested from Evergreen. Absolutely. We never 100% guarantee, but I mean, obviously, you guys, it almost always happens that we honor schedule requests and roster requests. And especially since you guys are getting in so early and you're carpooling, that should not be a problem. Now, again, for silver, you won't have practice on Sundays. If it's a gold crown team, again, your practices will probably be on Friday night. So hopefully that's not an issue. The time for the practices we have reserved are from 5 to 9. And again, it's just up to the coach, the coach of when that time will be.
Yeah, I see Pam's question here about a few friends, can they be placed on the same team in the bronze division? So on the registration, there is a question as it relates to, teammate, coach requests, something like that. Obviously put any teammate requests that you have in there. To April's point, we do our best to accommodate those. The only time that we can't, or maybe that we're unsuccessful in accommodating those, is if there's 12 girls, for example, that want to participate all on the same team. We try to kind of cap it at 10. So obviously, probably the last 2 girls in that scenario that would register probably wouldn't be placed on that team. So if you're only talking about a few girls, it probably isn't going to be a problem. Typically, like April said, we're pretty successful on that. Just make sure you indicate it on the registration.
Sometimes, like just to add on to what Jeff said, sometimes people forget. And so put it on the registration and you can always email me as well. And just because that way we can, double check and make sure because we want this to be successful. We want the kids to have fun. We want to be on the team they want to be on. And, sometimes human error, we miss it. But if you put it on that registration and you email us, then we can kind of make sure that we don't miss that.
Okay, those email. When school starts back up, is typically when we tend to get a lot more engagement with people, asking questions and tryouts and that sort of thing. Again, the registration is open, so you can get in there and register. If you have to make any edits, or like April said, if you forget to add a teammate request or whatever, just reach out to April. And we can accommodate that. One thing that just kind of popped up was location. So our whole league is taking place at our facility, Gold Crown Fieldhouse. We are located near the Belmar Shopping District, and specifically 150 South Harlan Street. Again, that's in Lakewood. And so we have 8 volleyball courts under one roof. For those of you who haven't been here, it's great. It's a great vibe, great atmosphere. It's loud. There's a lot of girls in the gym, but it's a lot of fun. And so if you're looking for something new, or if you've never been here, it's a great place. Great spot for girls to participate in volleyball. And this is one of our more popular programs that we offer, just because I think based on the feedback that we get, and little girls, it's a social sport, so to speak. They get to communicate a lot with one another in between, hits and whatever. And Volleyball is a lot of fun. I've actually just started signing my own daughter up, and she loves it. She's got all of her friends doing it, and so it's been a lot of fun.
You guys know every player will receive a jersey, a gold crown jersey. They are like if for those that played last year, they're kind of the same jersey. They're just kind of sleeveless, but they can wear tank top, t-shirt, anything under it. They can wear any shorts with it. We do not provide knee pads, and most of the girls do want to wear knee pads, so you would want to buy their own knee pads and stuff, and then bring a water bottle. But we provide all the equipment. We have balls, we have the nets, we have everything set up. We have a great concession stand here, and like Jeff said, it's just a really great place to play and for them to get to the next level, whether that's to stay in rack, go build up. Um, it's been pretty successful, and the girls have a lot of fun. We do look for coaches. Some of our parents volunteer. Some coaches we have to find outside. But if you guys know anyone that has any volleyball experience, has great energy, wants to coach volleyball, please email me. We look at college students. We have a few high school students that work that are pretty good. But like I said, if you guys know anyone or if you're interested in coaching, please let me know because that is one thing. Our leagues do not work without our coaches. And so we're always looking for some great people to donate their time and energy and have a great time with these young players.
Anybody else have any other questions? Jennifer, I saw you just emailed April that teammate request, so that's super helpful. Um, and if you end up adding more friends, maybe after school starts, word spreads around, just let us know. We're pretty flexible. The deadline to register is September 19th. So that gives, kids plenty of time to get going with school and, oftentimes word of mouth helps this league and helps fill out rosters pretty well. So if you know of anybody that's at school or somebody's friend or whatever, help us spread the word. That'd be great.
And like Jeff said, it is open till September 19th or when spots fill up. We did sell out last year. So if you do know people, I would advise them. I mean, usually we can make it work, but it should, I would try and register by the 12th, a week ahead of time, just in case, because subdivisions do fill up.
Rebecca, I see your question here about our winter league. Yes, we last year was first year that we offered a winter volleyball league. Very successful. It definitely sold out weeks in advance. We're hoping for August 1st, so that's a little bit more than a week out to have that posted and ready to go. We run two back, it's a little bit different of a format. We run two back-to-back seasons. Each season lasts 5 weeks. We just don't have the gym time as we do in the fall. Volleyball is technically a fall sport for high schools, so we try to follow that calendar, but we realized that there was so much interest, especially over the winter months, that we decided to offer it last winter, Tuesday nights, right?
Yeah.
Tuesday nights. Again, it sells out. It's a similar format, but a little bit different. We do try to promote the practice play model a little bit more there because we understand teams may not have access to practice time or court space or whatever because of other winter sports. So we do the practice play model for that, and it was very successful. A lot of fun. Yes, Tuesdays, Rebecca, Tuesdays. So keep an eye out for that. If it's not August 1st, maybe August 15th at the latest. But that's on my radar for next week to get that open.
That's awesome. It's a fun one. And I think the kids really have fun with it. And like Jeff was saying, the one night works really well. Those will only be one practice, one game a night. But and again, it'll run from like 5 to 9. The younger kids we try and do earlier, and then the older kids later. But that one definitely will sell out. And if it's anything like last year, but definitely get in. And like Jeff said, probably August 15th at the latest for that registration for the first session.
Have any other questions? I know in our chat room there, we shared April's email. So if there's questions that come up, after this, obviously don't hesitate to reach out to April, or even myself. Again, my name's Jeff. And so, I think from here, we are recording this video, so we will post it. But you know, we're available, and this is one of our more popular programs, like I mentioned, and we're pretty excited about the fact that it's just around the corner. I can't believe summer's winding down, but um, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And yeah, I don't know. Anything else to
Yeah,
add?
I mean, like I said, we're available. Email us. We pride ourselves on getting back to people within 24 hours. If you want to talk, you can always call me as well. I know some stuff, sometimes it can be overwhelming and confusing if you don't know exactly where your daughter should play or your son should play, either in bronze, silver, or gold. Call me, email me. We're here to help. But again, I can't emphasize enough. We're just so excited that, we know you guys have a choice to play with other people. This is a great program and we're really excited to get it going. So if you guys have any ideas, have any feedback, we're always open to that. And again, looking for coaches. So if you know anyone who would be a great fit, please send us that as well. And we'll reach out to them, because we're always looking to build our Gold Crown community. But we'll be ready to go and stuff, but don't hesitate, always ask. And if you're confused on anything, because I know a few people emailed and we're just, I mean, because it can be a little confusing, if you haven't done it before, where to place them, just ask us and we'll help you out and stuff. And again, we'll honor honor the roster requests, schedule requests, because they are set times. That can't really, and since it's all on Sundays, there's a block of time out for each age group. We can't really change that. But we will put the kids on the roster they want, and find some coaches if you can.
A few other things that I just remembered. For each of the age groups, we do have specific rules in place. Serving rules and obviously like net height and that sort of thing. So, we are offering third and fourth grade as our lowest that we go down to. We lower those nets pretty low. The kids can come in and serve a little bit closer. As they kind of start to get older, we want to encourage them to start playing by the regular rules. But so the net height does go up as they get older. Fifth and sixth grade, it goes up 6 inches. And then when they get to seventh and eighth grade, it goes up another 6 inches. And so maybe not quite that much, maybe increments of 4 inches. Anyways, different size balls, that sort of thing. Another thing to mention is, you know, there are these different gold, silver, bronze divisions in place for a reason. Because we want to make sure that each of the divisions is competitive, and there's obviously a big disparity. You may have a girl that's been participating for 4 years, or more, that we obviously kind of want to nudge maybe towards the gold. But if there are new players who've never even touched a volleyball, you'd be surprised. Bronze division is a great spot for that. So anything else that I missed?
The last thing is we do provide officials for the silver and gold division. For the bronze division, we don't have officials for that one. And again, that kind of goes into the cost and stuff, but the gold and silver, we will have officials for that. We pride ourselves on hiring high school kids that play volleyball, because it kind of goes full circle. They might have played Gold Crown and now they're playing volleyball or graduated, and they kind of come back and give back. And so it's a great program. And we have someone that oversees that and trains all of them. And so we're pretty excited about all that. And so again, if you have any older kids that want to get into reffing, send me that information as well, because we will use high school students for that. And especially if they're playing sports, it's hard for them to find a job and stuff, and just gives them a little extra money and do something they enjoy and love. And again, we'll give them the training, give them the shirts, give them the whistles, and just a great opportunity to work a little bit in volleyball if they're interested.
One last thing I wanted to add, our staff's been working pretty hard over the past 12 months on developing what we call as kind of a coach's corner and also a player's corner. Um, you know, there's referring to the coach's corner, we have practice plans. So if you're new to coaching, or if you're like, maybe I will volunteer coach, we kind of have a guide on our website that kind of can help you walk through some basics. They're not super detailed, but they're enough to get you going. And there's weekly practice plans, a lot of great resources on there. You know, we have some links to some USA volleyball lesson plans, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in coaching, and maybe you kind of have some reluctance, maybe go check that out. It's like I said, it's a great resource and something we've been working pretty hard to develop over the past year or so, to reference. So, any last minute questions that might come up? Well, if anything does come up in the near future, obviously reach out to us. More than happy to answer any questions. And yeah, appreciate everybody's time. I know middle of the day on a Thursday is a little bit different. We always kind of debate on whether or not we should try to hit people up during lunch or should we bug them in the evening. So we feel like the lunch hour is a little bit more conducive. But any questions come up, please don't hesitate to reach out and appreciate everybody sitting in.
Thanks for coming, you guys, and I hope to see you guys all on the volleyball court.
Have a